Have you ever felt like you were doing everything right, being kind, respectful, honest, only to end up rejected, ghosted, or placed in the dreaded friend zone? You followed all the rules they told you to follow. Be yourself. Don't be too needy. Give her space. Make her feel special. But despite all that effort, the outcome doesn't change. You're left staring at your phone, wondering what went wrong, questioning your own worth, and feeling like you've been played in a game where you never even understood the rules. Let's be brutally honest. The dating world today isn't fair, and it's definitely not designed in your favor. While you're trying to be genuine, emotionally available, and committed, someone else, someone colder, more distant, more mysterious, is effortlessly capturing the attention of the very woman you're losing sleep over. You see, what nobody tells you is that most women aren't operating on logic when it comes to attraction. They're not sitting there with a checklist of good traits and rewarding the guy who checks the most boxes. Attraction is emotional, subconscious, primitive. It's raw and irrational. That's why a guy who texts her less, treats her like an option, or keeps her guessing ends up being the one she obsesses over. And that's what we're here to talk about. You've been taught wrong. What works in theory doesn't work in reality. You think showing your heart will make her trust you. You think being supportive will make her stay. But here's the reality you need to swallow. Women are wired to be drawn towards strength, mystery, leadership, confidence, and emotional control. Not just kindness, and especially not availability. When you're too available, you're predictable. When you're predictable, you're boring. And when you're boring, she starts wondering what else is out there. Meanwhile, the guy who doesn't reply right away, the one who has his own life, his own purpose, his own rhythm, he becomes magnetic. Not because he's better, but because he's harder to figure out. That's the truth. We crave what we don't fully understand. And women, they crave what they can't fully own. So while you're sending good morning texts and asking about her day, she's fantasizing about the man who barely said a word, but left her overthinking for hours. Now, before you misinterpret this isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding female psychology in a way that schools, parents, and society failed to teach you. It's about recognizing that emotional impact beats logical kindness every time. Women don't want to be in control of the dynamic. They want to feel swept up in it. They want to feel a little unstable. Not unsafe, but uncertain. That's where attraction lives. It's in the tension, the contrast, the unpredictability. That's what makes the mind obsess and the heart skip. And the man who knows how to create that balance, he doesn't chase, he attracts. You want her to notice you? Stop giving her everything up front. Stop being emotionally naked on day one. Stop oversharing, overtexting, overgiving. Become a little mysterious. Hold something back. Let her wonder. Let her fill in the blanks. And while she's overanalyzing what you meant by that last message or why you haven't liked her story in 2 days, you're out there building your body, your mind, your future. That's how power is built in silence. And silence speaks louder than validation ever will. Most men fall into the trap of giving attention too easily. DMs, comments, fire emojis, story replies. And what does that do? It devalues your presence. If she can get your attention without earning it, it holds no weight. The men she chases are the ones who aren't trying to impress her. The ones who are too busy leading their lives to obsess over hers. You don't need to be rude. You need to be rare. You don't need to disappear. You need to detach. Because when you stop acting like her fan, she starts seeing you like a prize. You think she wants a guy who's emotionally open. She wants a guy who's emotionally solid. She doesn't need your tears on day 3. She needs your strength when her world is falling apart. And that strength doesn't come from pretending. It comes from building, day by day, goal by goal, promise by promise. You want to be the man she dreams about. Be the man she can't replace. Be the man whose absence is felt deeper than another man's presence. Because when you master emotional detachment, when you stop reacting, when you move like a man with purpose, she notices. Even if she doesn't say it, even if she pretends not to care. She notices everything. That's how attraction works. Not through words, but through unspoken energy, through presence, through control, through contrast. And yes, she will test you. She will throw little games your way to see if you break. She'll post a photo, wait for your reaction, and when she gets nothing, she'll spiral, because you just did what no one else does. You didn't fall into the trap. You didn't give her that easy dopamine, and that denial, that subtle silence, that drives her wild. Because now, you're not one of them. You're different, scarce, valuable. Want to elevate even higher? Don't just be emotionally solid. Be ambitious. Have a mission. Women want to feel like they're part of something greater. And if you're drifting through life with no clear vision, she won't feel safe attaching herself to you. But if she sees you waking up with purpose, grinding without complaining, leveling up without permission, that energy pulls her in deeper than any compliment ever could. Your ambition tells her where you're going. Your confidence tells her you'll get there. Your discipline tells her she's not your only priority. And paradoxically, that makes her want to be one. Still think being too nice is the issue? It's not that you're nice. It's that you're spineless. There's a difference. Kindness is respected when it's backed by strength. But kindness that seeks approval, that reeks of desperation. And nothing turns a woman off faster than a man who needs her more than she needs herself. She wants to be chosen, not begged for. She wants to be impressed, not suffocated. Learn to walk away, not with anger, but with peace, with calm, with clarity that you don't lose yourself chasing what's not aligned. That energy? That's what makes her miss you when she's lying awake, scrolling through old messages, wondering why the guy who was different never came back. So build yourself into that man, the man who listens but doesn't obey, who feels but doesn't fold, who gives but only to those who earn it. Become the storm she didn't see coming, the calm she never forgets, the absence that hits harder than 1,000 cheap conversations, and when she realizes she lost a man who didn't need her to feel complete. That's when she'll miss you. Not because you begged, not because you chased, but because you became unforgettable. And if you're ready to stop being average, then prove it. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to wake up. Subscribe to this channel if you're done playing the game by their rules and you're ready to flip the script. This isn't just dating advice, it's mindset warfare. Welcome to the next level, not because you begged, not because you chased, but because you became unforgettable. And if you're ready to stop being average, then prove it. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to wake up. Subscribe to this channel if you're done playing the game by their rules and you're ready to flip the script. This isn't just dating advice, it's mindset warfare. Welcome to the next level,